Jonathan Agatha for Pro Boxing fans up here in Sheffield. Kell Brook with a 7th round stoppage win over Mark De Luca, Hearn. Did he prove he's back tonight with that?
He did. I think sometimes people forget he's been out of the ring for 14 months, a long time. It's a little bit rusty at times, but showed that he can still punch. His engine was fantastic tonight, something that's deserted him in the past, mainly because of the way he used to make weight. De Luca was very tough. He's not going to be a world champion, but he's a world level fighter, and he dealt with him well. Took some shots as well, which was good in a way to see that he can still take one, and onwards and upwards for a big 2020.
All the talk afterwards about Liam Smith. He was ringside as well. He wants the fight. Are there any other options?
Yeah, the option is, the main focus is try and become a world champion. But the good thing is for both those guys that fight is there. We've got to make the numbers add up and stack up, but ultimately if we can make that fight, it's a risky fight for both because they both want to get another shot at a world title. And that fight's good enough to be for a world title, so if we can actually make it for a world title, even better. But final eliminator, that could be with a WBO, and we'll see if that's one for the summer.
A historic night as well. Terry Harper winning the WBC world title, beating a tough Eva Wallström. I think it was her 6th defence.
Yeah.
What a win for her tonight.
It was, and what a win, what a performance, but what an atmosphere. When you think about where women's boxing has come, that was one of the best atmospheres I think I've seen at an English fight. And it was a women's fight. So you get the people, when we first started, and actually one of the reasons that I carried on with women's boxing is I wanted to prove people wrong. And we've done that. People started out, women shouldn't be boxing, women should be in the kitchen, all those kind of morons. And Terry Harper, and particularly Katie Taylor, she's the pioneer, but Harper's following suit. Savannah Marshall's got a shot for a world title coming up. These girls can fight, they're entertaining, they're creating great atmospheres, they're putting bums on seats, people are tuning in and watching, and she's got a big future ahead.
And Kid Galahad, of course, putting himself back in contention for that IBF title, helped by Josh Warrington with that win tonight.
Really good performance. We wondered whether we should take that Marrero fight because he was a good fighter, and Barry battered him. He battered him and he stopped him, and now he's mandatory for the IBF world title again. We know Warrington will probably have an interim fight, but we'll be pushing for that fight, and whether it's Kanzu, whether it's Gary Russell, there are options as well, but no one will take that IBF mandatory away from him.
Just on Dave Allen, I had a look over at the start of round 3. I saw he looked at you. What did you say to him?
He was coming up to me every round. Is that all right? And he said to me before the fight, I'm going to use my feet tonight and move around the ring. I said, Dave, don't do that. Just knock him out. And after 2 rounds, he went, what do you think? I said, Dave, that's enough. Let's see it. Let your hands go. And actually, for once, Dave Allen let his hands go. And it was a good knockout. We know Dorian Darch is not going to be winning British titles and so on, but that was a good performance. And just good to see him back in the ring, good to see him smiling.
3 other performances I was really impressed with tonight: Anthony Tomlinson, John Doherty and Martin J. Ward.
Yeah, well, Wardy particularly, because that was a tough fight. That kid could bang, he buzzed Wardy in the first round. I don't know if you saw it, but you could really see that he boxed absolutely beautifully for 10 rounds. Love to get him a world title shot. John Doherty's a major problem, he's a beast. And Anthony Tomlinson as well, good fighter, good performance, good fight for Conor Benn as well. I like that fight between the two of those, and good night for a lot of people. Dante Dixon as well, looked really good.
And Josh Kelly, David Avanesyan announced tonight, finally back on.
Yes, the fight. We wanted to make it for a long time. Obviously, things have changed. Avanesyan is on a beast of a run. He smashed up Laranja twice in Barcelona. He's top 10 with every governing body. This is an absolute sink or swim fight for Josh Kelly, but a great fight on a huge platform. A chance for him to go into probably the top 5 in every governing body, get a shot at a world title, and it's a very, very tough fight. He goes into the fight as the underdog, and we'll see what he's made of.
Final one, Eddie. There's a queue here. In case I don't see you in the next 2 weeks, what are your thoughts on Fury Wilder 2?
Good fight, interesting fight. Fury's got to do what he does best, and that's be awkward, make it boring. Just try and win every round, and Wilder's got to be a little bit more reckless and see if he can land one on the chops.
Eddie Hearn, as always, thanks very much. Cheers.